Monday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up on 6:30 right now, I'm Megan Fee.
Glad to have you with us. I'm Ollie Benson. We want to start with Josh this morning. Certainly all eyes on Tropical Storm Idalia. Josh, how are things looking?
Well, right now we're watching two storms in the Atlantic. The one that first catches your eye is Franklin. This is one that looks like that classic hurricane. It's going to be a big one too, most likely a Category 4 as it passes to our east and comes to a very close approach to Bermuda. The one, though, that we're watching for impacts here in the Lowcountry is this one. This is Idalia. Idalia is down in the Caribbean now, but will be moving into the Gulf of Mexico. Max winds right now are at 65 miles per hour, and just the last advisory we've started to see a motion to the north. That motion to the north will continue through the day today, and it will accelerate as Idalia intensifies and becomes now, according to the National Hurricane Center's latest advisory, a major hurricane, bringing it to Category 3 strength as it approaches the Florida Big Bend, most likely during the first part of the day Wednesday, early morning hours, then crosses Florida and South Georgia, moves right up the South Carolina coast and makes its closest approach to us during the day Wednesday night at a very, very early Thursday morning, and will most likely still be a pretty decent tropical storm as it passes overhead. So what does that mean for you? Heavy rain will be likely, 4 to 6 inches for most of us as we head through Tuesday night into Wednesday night. Flooding concerns are increasing. The reason for that, the heavy rain, number one, plus higher than normal tides that are already there. We were already looking at coastal flooding this week without a storm because of astronomical features that are going on this week. Plus you're adding the storm to it with that onshore wind and a little bit of a surge coming in off the Atlantic. So the flooding concern is going up, particularly for our coastal communities. Gusty winds are expected. Frequent gusts into the 40s and 50s as the core of the tropical storm moves overhead, and that could produce some power outages in some neighborhoods. So that's something to keep an eye on during the day Wednesday, and as is the case with any Gulf landfalling storm, these are notorious tornado producers for the Carolinas, and that's why we do have that risk of isolated tornadoes during the day Wednesday. Not much happening right now on Viper radar, all quiet, a nice looking sunrise. Today's the day to enjoy because temperatures are starting out in the low to mid 70s this morning to near 80 along the coast. We're headed for highs in the low 90s, under a partly to mostly sunny sky with a light east wind at 5 to 10. So any prep work you need to do outside for the gusty winds, securing lawn furniture, garbage cans, things like that, stuff that can be picked up and moved around by those strong wind gusts, needs to be done today. Mid 80s to near 90 as we head out the door on the coast today with an east to southeast wind at about 5 to 10. Here's how the day breaks down. We'll be in the low 80s at 9 o'clock, upper 80s to near 90 at noon, about 90 at 3. We'll be in the upper 80s at 6 and low 80s at 9, partly to mostly sunny and just a slim risk of a shower or a thunderstorm this afternoon. Let's see how things are looking out on the roadways. Here's Megan Fee with Count on 2.